Oh, here's something funny. God, okay, I can't show it anymore because okay, let's go back. Okay. This is interesting. I noticed this when I was like browsing through the medieval wiki. But
Yeah.
it's gonna come up in a second. But if you watch at the opening, you'll see a statue with holding a sword. That's a character from Medieval 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So keep your eye out for the statue, the dude with the
Oh, that
sword right
one.
there. Yeah, that's that's Dirk. He's a character from Medieval 1 who gives you his magic sword.
Did you say Derp or Dirk?
Dirk, Dirk.
Okay, that's a nice name.
Yeah.
So we're playing this again.
So you'll notice there's an extra 20 minutes on my playtime. If you go
Yeah.
back,
So
so I want to explain this.
yeah.
Turns out this game is a lot harder than I thought it was, and you'll also notice I have full HP. This is because when I went back to go collect the items that I had missed, it turns out Medieval 2 doesn't
Is hard.
it doesn't bring back your health. The health fountains never come back.
There is a limited number of health in the entire game.
Check this out. It's the good lightning.
Yeah, nice. Health is a finite source. Or health is a
Okay,
finite
just
resource.
gotta charge this and BAM!
Kablamo.
Oh, is there like just a form that doesn't do that zappy thing? Oh, I can just do that. Yeah, this is like one of the best weapons.
Yeah.
Check that out. Yeah,
God, my
so
arm
I
is
picked
so
up.
itchy.
So yeah, I picked up the magic sword, and I also picked up some other items along the way. But generally, what I discovered is there's a very finite health pool, as mentioned before, and I had essentially screwed myself over by not being as
By not being good.
yeah, by not being great, by not being perfect. The game definitely punishes you if you're not doing a fantastic job from the start.
Great, amazing, fantastic.
Phew.
Oh god, the bobbies.
Yep, but they can't catch me now because I know the daring dash.
Oh, nice. Is that a movie a move that you got?
No,
You just
I
killed
had it
those
for a while.
guys?
Yeah, I just zap with lightning.
Were they civilians?
No, those are zombies.
Oh, there's a ladder.
Oh dang. Okay. I can't kill this police officer. I can't even stun him. Oh well, I'll just run back.
Yeah, try to get him stuck on the boxes. Chasing you?
I think he stopped. He's
Nope,
on
there he is.
patrol, of course.
Yeah, can you get him stuck on the boxes back there? Or actually just yeah. Wow.
Ah, what a putz.
Yeah. Great job right there. The British police at hard work.
Yeah. Is that money? No. The lamp. So I did do some. Oh, of course, there's some extra health right here.
Nice. Be
Yeah.
careful,
So
it's finite.
I use cheat codes to basically bring myself back up to full
Wow,
HP.
cheat codes? Really?
Okay.
I can't believe you.
Okay. To be fair, it was that or enter this level with 0 HP because
I know.
because as I said, the game's health source is incredibly finite. That means that I had to enter old levels that I played through with 90 HP. It doesn't work well, is what I'm getting at.
Well, I think that we can agree that from this point onward, you can no longer say that you're the good at game in regards to this.
I'm plenty of the good at game. The difference is whether or not the game deserves to be considered viable.
Are you saying this game is terrible?
Dang it.
Maybe.
I'm
Uh,
not saying this game's terrible. I actually am enjoying it, but it definitely has issues that you can definitely tell. I found a griffin shield. Ooh, that's what I
oh,
need.
what does
Okay, I
that
need to
do?
go pick up my head.
Yeah, Sir Dan needs to get head.
This is a game I definitely feel would 100% be 100% benefit from a remaster, like a remake.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of remasters and remakes, I'm excited for Friday.
What's going on Friday?
Brilliant Diamond, no, Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl, or is it Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl?
This
Whatever.
this house belonged to Isvard Brunel, noted industrialist and socialist. He was one of the richest men of his age. He made his fortune producing mechanical toys after a number of unexplained accidents. He was thrown to his death while demonstrating the safety of his infamous steam-powered rocking pony. Many monuments exist throughout the city, and he is buried within the Whitechapel Cemetery. That's kind
Something
of
tells
cool.
me, something tells me that we're going to be going on to that pony.
I hope not. That sounds very painful. Club membership card. That's what I needed to get into the club.
Hold it, please, sir. That's not your card, is it, sir? You haven't got a beard.
Oh God, it's Voodoo Vince all over again.
Oh no.
Remember, we were
No.
trying to get in the jazz club, but we
Oh
kept
yeah.
trying to get other things.
Oh, on a positive. It seems I figured out where this goes. I just need to find the other one. Oh, that's where I'm gonna get a
Nice.
beard, isn't it?
Maybe. Whose uh whose tomb is that?
I'm gonna make a wild guess. That's the man who blew himself up with his rocket pony.
Oh, yeah, because that was his house.
Yeah.
Do you think he had a beard?
I would not be surprised. Oh shoot.
So, there was one topic that you wanted to talk about today.
Why don't you talk about Pokemon first?
Well, the new Pokemon remake is going to be coming out. I have Pearl pre-ordered because I want to get a physical copy.
Hmm.
I want to see how it tastes, and I'm going to play the shit out of it because oh, so dapper.
I'm
I'm
a
always a
very
fan of a
dapper
top hat.
gentleman.
I am a big fan of the Sinnoh region because it wasn't my first region that I played, but it was the first when I was old enough to actually understand what the hell is going on.
Ah, get out of my
Oh,
way.
get it? Get it? Ha. And I think that the Sinnoh region had the biggest stakes.
Mm. I don't think big stakes means like a good game, but I get what you mean.
True. Yes, I do agree there. Big stakes don't necessarily mean a good game.
Or a good
But it
story.
is yeah, like I do agree there. Personal stakes can be even more important.
Personally,
Uh,
I like the
oh, is this gonna be a light puzzle? It is. I think you're gonna need to make. Ah, yeah, I think you need to make pink.
no, I gotta make
Yeah.
white.
Oh. Oh yeah, he does have a beard
Yeah,
and a
just
mustache.
random guess there.
Nice.
I figured I'd figure it out eventually if I just did random
Oh, it's a
things.
unicorn.
Unicorn shield, nice.
Hell yeah. Um, but
Oh,
yeah, I
what's this
I
sign say?
love
Wanted.
Wanted.
Mysterious man with a beard.
How strange.
In here.
Oh, hey, chess.
Flaming crossbow.
Oh, that'll probably be useful.
Yes, it's the weapon of the
You know who
gays.
you look like
They're
right now?
flaming. Oh, who?
You look like Willy Wonka if he were playing Gene Wilder today.
You know what? That's tasteless, and I love it.
To be fair, Gene Wilder would probably enjoy it. That joke.
Yeah, probably.
He likes dark humor. He was in Mel Brooks films.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that is just straight up the Willy Wonka outfit. For those of you who don't know, Gene Wilder was an amazing actor who played the original Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Charlie Factory. Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And he passed away some years ago.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Yeah, he was an amazing actor, but uh,
Being an
he
amazing actor does not make you invincible. Just ask,
just memorable.
yeah,
Christopher Lee, he was an amazing
yeah.
actor.
I was gonna say Keanu Reeves, but we all know where that
He's
would lead.
alive. He's confirmed to be immortal. I've seen the pictures or the paintings.
People think you might be immortal. Wow, that's crazy. Says the immortal.
To be fair, it's always good to take refuge in audacity. That skeleton has a beard. I haven't seen a skeleton with a beard since Termina. Oh my
That's
god.
it. Time for the lightning.
Too bad you don't have a screen clear.
It is a screen clear.
Oh, it is?
The problem is I have to charge for a bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do a charge move when I just
The
killed this man
grand
for his
beard.
beard, you know.
To be fair, he was already dead.
Yeah, I guess. Imagine being the person who has to go up to this dude in the afterlife and explain to him why his corpse was re-killed just for his beard.
I don't know. He died on a flying pony, so he probably has a good sense of humor.
In you go, sir.
Yes, into the club I go.
Oh
I'm
wow, the
clearly...
music just suddenly got really loud.
I just robbed this place.
That's fine. They're not. You don't have fingerprints.
Stranger, you look for the Egyptian one. She was here. I told her what's been happening, but the Ripper, he's been working through all my girls.
You know
I think she's gone.
reminds me of
I tried to
Helena
stop
Bonham
her, but
Carter.
She's a headstrong girl.
Yeah,
If
fair
she
enough.
means anything to you, you better find her before it's too late. Quick, hurry to the clock tower.
Either that or
There you go.
Caddicarus's sister.
Fortify yourself with this.
Oh, I got a health potion.
Hell yeah. Have some water of life. Real talk, I did enjoy playing the CDI games.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, they're not great, but there's a charm, I guess. After the
When they're
remaster.
playable, yes, definitely recommend the remaster. When they're playable, they are enjoyable.
Oh, this guy's leaving me alone now. See, I'm a dapper
Oh,
man. Yeah.
Because you have a mustache.
I am just regular dapper man McDapperson. What?
Dan Dapperton.
Well, that means you're just
Dapper
a
Dan.
I am Dan, the dapper man.
Yes. Dapper Dan the Dandy Man.
Oh no!
Ooh. Well, she doesn't have organs.
He just ripped out her soul.
It's cheating. What is this? Soul Eater?
I mean, have you noticed who that character is?
I know who that character is.
Yeah.
That's why I made a Soul Eater reference. In the first episode, they kill him in Soul Eater and eat his soul.
No, what I mean is, your design in the little right-hand corner.
Yeah, I know. I know who it is.
Yep.
In the first episode of Soul Eater, they hunt down Jack the Ripper, kill him, and eat his soul
Yep.
within the first, 5 minutes.
Feels like a waste, you know.
Yeah. I like Soul Eater. It was charming.
Well, did you find her? And? Oh,
The fact that
Yes,
he
we already
speaks is
knew
kind of
that.
weird.
she's dead and it's all my fault. I'll never be able to forgive myself.
They miss a prime joke
I picked
opportunity.
up some bizarre secrets
Like,
from the cathedral.
yes, we
Must
know
have
she's
noticed.
dead.
Not me. I'll go on. I'll quit.
No, Dan, that's just what he wants. If we give up now, all of London will be his, and with London, the rest of the empire will follow.
He can have it. I don't care.
Dan!
This man just wants himself the British Empire. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Honestly, I don't see how that's a bad thing.
I mean, look, if you came up to me and said, "I want the British Empire," I'd be like, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
Oh, I got the blunderbuss.
All right,
Oh,
Dan,
nice.
you've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
Time to make these enemies blunder busted.
Aha, funny. So we're coming up to something interesting. We're not there yet, so I won't continue. But no, I will. I'll start right now. So apparently, during development of Medieval 2, there were plans for Medieval 3 to be on the PS2. Since Medieval 2 is on the PlayStation 1, they were like, oh yeah, we should definitely have sequels on the. See how much HP these guys chunk out at a certain point? That's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
wow.
Especially with the finite health.
Yeah, so there was talks about Medieval 3, which is going to be on the PlayStation 2, but it got canceled.
That's rough.
And I'm just gonna beat this thing. I have no idea what to do here.
Yeah. Can you just stab it?
Hmm. I wonder if I can talk to these guys. Maybe they have something. Okay. No, apparently not.
What are they? Frog people?
They're Mullocks, I believe.
Oh god, there's one of those squid things next to one of them.
I don't think. Oh, okay. I just have to kill that
Oh,
thing.
wow. That was the right answer.
So, development of Medieval 3 was that Dan would go back in time and have to defeat an evil sorceress that's trying to change time. And during the events of that game, you would arrive on an island populated by these guys. After saving them, they would worship you as a god.
Mumbo.
The Great One Eye has come to save us.
Oh my god, I did not expect the voice to be like that.
Well, Great One, you see, we were once a happy tribe.
I
singing
finally
and
think they're back to normal.
That was until the great beast came and lured away all our women. Now the only song we sing is a sad one. We have lost the taste for battle and the will to live. Great God, can you restore our women to us? If you can, you will be well rewarded.
I love that immediately after losing the love of his life, Dan is sent on a mission to basically steal back women that got kidnapped by alien squids.
Yeah.
That
I've
is,
seen Prometheus. I know how this ends.
maybe. I've never actually seen Prometheus. I've seen Prometheus. I just don't think it's a good movie.
I agree with you.
It's got moments, I'd say. The moments are interesting, but the movie itself isn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
health
think.
fountains in this one area. What is up here?
Oh man, that would have been useful for the last
Oh, there
area.
we go. That's what's going on.
Oh yeah, good thing.
The squids are on the cattle.
Yeah. Alright, life. These are the ones that like fuck you up real fast, right?
Yeah, these are those guys. Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I did it. I
You killed
won.
it.
Just smack him over there. Smack him
I
again.
won.
There we go.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I'm eating Whoppers.
Oh shoot.
Cute. Oh, jeez.
Okay, I don't think I can attack those guys.
Oh, Jesus. I like those squid things. They're interesting. Ah. So, what's up with Medieval 3?
So Medieval 3 ended up being canceled in like 2003, despite like going through the concept art phases. And do you want to know why it was canceled?
Uh, people lost interest?
Um, I don't think so. This is all theory right now, but if you ask me, I think it's because Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. Now, reportedly, Sony ended up redoing a lot of its stuff back in like 2003. They changed course drastically on stuff like Jack and Daxter 2.
Mm.
Originally a more platform like its original game. Because of the release of Grand Theft Auto, Sony and Naughty Dog decided to change gears, going for a
Yeah.
more mature Grand Theft Auto like tone. And apparently, this affected a lot of Sony's other products as well at the time.
Oh God, that's always rough whenever people throw away a good thing just so they can emulate something new.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just good weapon to have a flaming crossbow. Yeah, let's throw
What
that
about
over.
the blunderbuss?
Well, let's try the flaming crossbow first.
Oh, it bounces. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't think it's doing anything. Oh wait, you are hitting it.
I'm hitting it now. I wasn't hitting it with the original weapon. There we go. One freed, four remaining. There we go. Her and
Hell
her
yeah.
ponytail are safe now.
Respect the ponytail. I have a ponytail right. No, I don't right now. I did earlier today. I wore my hair in a ponytail when I went to visit my sister for lunch.
Okay. There we go. That's much faster now. Wow.
Yeah. If you could resurrect. Oh wait, we've had this conversation multiple
Resurrect
times.
any franchise?
Yeah.
That's a tricky one. I don't know if I actually answered that one.
Actually, I think I think that my answer would change because remember my answer used to be Gauntlet Dark Legacy, but now that we're playing it on the Caribbean GameCube, uh, I guess we don't really need a remaster now.
I guess it's like changed your perspective on like what made the games great, and like maybe we don't need another one. Maybe we can just have a new direction. Who knows?
Yeah, the main reason why I that was always my answer was just so that we could so that I could play it with my friends, which I'm
Yeah.
doing now every Saturday.
That's fair.
God, what
I,
would my answer now be?
personally, I'd say something like I don't know if I want to say like Jack and Daxter or something because like as much as I do like those games, I don't think they've aged particularly well.
Yeah.
Stupid squid monsters. They should just die instead of just doing this whole thing where they just reattach to a new body.
Or the same body, apparently.
Yes, brilliant. He can attach himself to the same person I just murdered 5 times.
Yeah, you'd think eventually the bodies would give out.
There we go.
And hey, you can get the chalice now.
Nice, if I can find it.
I believe in you.
So there was another canceled medieval game in the 2010s.
Really?
Yes, it was, Okay, I'm gonna see if I can actually just walk through this. Okay, I can. It was...
Oh, head. You need
Yeah, it was Medieval, Game of Bones. Oh, dang it. No, 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 no.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Fuck.
Oh, you drown in there. So that's why that's there.
Ah!
Oh god, these things are
Oh,
terrible.
that's just a trap. That's a trap, and
That's-
I'm very upset with the developers for letting a trap like that happen.
Honestly, mad respect to the developers for tricking you like that.
Especially in a game that's already brutally punishing. Yay. Come on, come on, come on. No, no, I want to get my head back on my body. There we go. Fuck off. There we go. Oh, dang it.
I just blame you for that one.
That's fair. Oh, dude.
What you can walk into that one. Or
Are you
on
supposed to go
that
to that?
platform.
No, that's part of the platform. Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Indeed, very nice.
Yeah.
I like that he just dances on one hand. So the other game was a Game of Bones, which was apparently meant to be a game for the PlayStation Move. But because the PlayStation Move wasn't popular and Sony was bleeding money over it, they pretty much decided to just, call it quits.
I think the Wii was the only console that had, like, I'm not gonna say good motion controls, but motion controls that worked for the games that they had.
No, not gonna go that way.
Oh, it's a puzzle.
Dang it.
Oh, hey, a lever. Oh, hey. This seems pretty easy. Like, the Wii wasn't. I mean, actually, the Wii had some okay.
I think I want to spin it that way. Back to, there we go. I'm just cycling through modes apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep doing that until you get to the end.
Okay, that's not nearly as tricky as I thought it was going to end up being.
You thought it was gonna be like that puzzle, like that Prince of Persia puzzle.
Not particularly, but I thought it was going to be have more moving parts. There we go. Whatever
Nice.
that did, it did a thing.
Dan can now climb over to this area.
Oh. Oh, that's it.
But it's a very narrow walkway.
Done.
Yeah. Okay.
That wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, so a Game of Bones was going to take place as like a midquel between 2 and 3. Or between 1 and 2.
Maybe time to see what the Spiv's got for you. You might find it extremely
Hello, Mr. Spiv. What you got for me? Since I'm being auto-moved toward you. Found poster. For what? Services. Enchant my sword. Yes.
What does that do?
Enchants my sword. It does more
Oh,
damage.
okay. Oh, it's timed. Oh, only when you have it out though.
Yep.
Oh, there's 3 holes now. Jesus, that took off half your health.
Yeah,
Uh,
these enemies do like a lot more damage than you'd think they would.
oof.
This is exactly why I was like very much worried about continuing until I decided, you know what, cheat codes it is.
Yeah. Just keep in mind you are not the good at game. Or you are not the good at this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like people who've spent more time and they're like worse at it.
Maybe.
I
We'll
mean, being
never
being good
know.
at a punishing game is like, you know, it's a punishing game. Congratulations. There we go. Dead.
Or is it?
I killed the squids. That's what's dead. Yeah, so Game of Bones ended up being canceled because of Sony being like iffy about the move, the PlayStation Move, which I guess like PlayStation Move Heroes was like a big flop for them.
There's only one oh wait, no, I think that the game I'm thinking of might be a Connect game, not a PlayStation
What's
Move
the
game.
Connect game?
Uh the Star Wars dancing.
Yeah, that's a Connect game.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I got nothing that's I got nothing in regards to the PlayStation Move.
There's one left in this area, and I have no more. I'm halfway through my HP.
Oof.
So that's that way. What's this way?
Something.
This is a new area? No, oh, this is the area I've already been. Have I been this way? I'm pretty sure I might have.
Yeah, I hate the
Yeah.
squid things.
Maybe I can talk to this guy and he'll give me some direction.
Maybe.
Dang it. No. Okay.
Oh, they're like turtles.
They're little like turtles.
I thought they were frog. I thought they were frog-like.
I think they're frogs. They could be turtle-like. I'm sure I'll find my way eventually.
Maybe.
Oh, is this what I need to do? Oh no, I already did that. That was
Yeah.
one of the squid things.
You know what game had a really good sewer level?
What?
Um Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes, that's the one with the Great Mighty Pooh.
That's not the sewer level.
Hmm.
The sewer level is like right after.
Okay.
Because you flush the Great Mighty Pooh down and then you have to go into the hole.
Okay.
We should play that at some point.
That could be fun.
Yeah. I've been itching to break out my Nintendo 64 controller.
Your coworker still, your roommate's still hacking up lungs.
No, hacking up lungs is my job.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, he's actually doing a little better, I think. Are you? How are you feeling? Better than before? Okay. He's not actively dying, but he still can't breathe.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's a slight
You
improvement.
gotta start somewhere, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
geez, that camera.
I would not recommend this game for its camera. The camera's not great.
Oh, hey, there's a health bottle down there.
Oh, there's multiple.
Oh, are those health bottles? They might be levers.
Oh, they're health bottles. They're energy vials.
Oh, wow. What are energy vials?
Smaller health bottles.
Okay, so they're just like health without the fountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't respawn either.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, dang it. The best place to fight bosses, precarious ledges.
To be fair, there's been a few bosses on precarious ledges that have been pretty decent.
Fair enough.
Especially in Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is different.
Yeah. When I say Dark Souls, I mean like all the Souls games. Oh, you know what game I am unironically excited for?
Elden Ring?
Huh?
Is it Elden Ring? I'm very excited for Elden Ring.
I've never heard of that.
It's the new Dark Souls game.
Oh, I was gonna say the Bloodborne Pinocchio game.
Is it Bloodborne Pinocchio?
There's a game about there's a game with like the Bloodborne aesthetic, and you're basically Pinocchio from what we gather from the trailers.
What's it
Uh,
called?
uh, let me double check.
Because right
'Cause-
now, what's coming to mind is something like Bloodborne for the PS1. That's the thing that's in development.
Uh,
Yes, the turtle frog people are happy again.
nice.
Oh, great one! You have saved us by the powers of the Time Stone. I declare we are the whole tribe once more. Will you stay and defend us from future attack?
No, I have to return to the surface. How do I get back?
Very well. I will return you to the water's edge, where transport will be waiting. Here, take
God,
your
I have to look
reward.
through my archive to see where I reblogged it.
Oh, they gave me money. Do you
Good.
know where the chalice is in this area?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I like the music. The music cuts in and out at weird moments.
Yeah, it's good music. If only I knew where the chalice was. It'd make this so much easier.
I still need to see the new Animaniacs.
I need to see that too. I've watched a few episodes. The first episodes is what if Nero was Trump?
Jesus.
It's a fun episode.
I don't doubt it.
I am the best emperor. Thousands flock to my arena every day.
Oh god. I'll have to definitely give it a watch at some point.
Dang it. I was wondering if the reward was on right before I left. Phil. Well, I did all the work. Ah, dang it. My cheat menu's gone.
Don't cheat on stream.
Brr. I want that that special item. Lifestyles of the pharaohs, courtships and consorts. I don't know. I already went through this actually. Something's wrong here. Where is the professor? Oh, his door's open.
Damn, I had almost given up hope. We still have a little time left to defeat Palethorn. If he gets the last pages of the spellbook, then...
Professor, what's this?
I don't know. Never seen it before. It's a poster of one of my earliest experiments, the time machine.
Ah,
Doesn't work, though.
it's called Lies of P.
No, we must focus
Ah.
on defeating Palethorn. I'm sorry about Kier, I really am, but it's too late to worry about her now.
When is it coming out?
All right, all right.
Is it out?
Economical with the truth. I knew
No idea.
Palethorn all along. We used to be friends.
No, the alpha gameplay teaser came out less than a week ago. Who made it? Round 8 Studios. What have they done? Bless Unleashed. Never heard of it.
Oh, dang it. I'm already on the way to the mission? I didn't even get to read the diary.
Ah, big rip. Oh well.
They make a big deal about how you can read the diary.
You've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
Dang it, Dan. I wanted to read his goddamn diary. I wanted to find out about the expedition of 78. That sounds like amazing lore.
Alright, so imagine the Bloodborne aesthetic and then apply this description to it. Lies of P is a challenging action game with a unique lie system where what you do and say as the main character dynamically affects the gameplay. The game's story is a unique, darker twist on the classic story of Pinocchio. I would be impressed if they could make the classic story of Pinocchio even darker.
Yeah, the story is pretty dark.
Oh yeah, Pinocchio kills Jiminy Cricket within like the first few pages with a mallet. And then
I get the feeling that's not the original.
no, it
The
is.
original story is literally pages long. It is literally a short story. It's
You sure?
yeah, the original story has him getting lynched by a fox. Like it has nothing to do with Geppetto. Geppetto is a Disney original, I believe.
Let's see. When did Pinocchio kill Jiminy Cricket?
No, what's this?
In the original story, Pinocchio killed Jiminy Cricket. He got his feet burned off and was hanged and left for dead. Oh, I know what you're thinking of. There was the after. So there was like a sequel
No,
slash
literally
continuation.
the person who lynches him is the fox.
I know, but what I'm saying is the author made an edition where where Pinocchio is saved from being hung by a tree, and that is the continuation where he goes on to Pleasure Island and fights Monstro and all that. Like the later half of Pinocchio's story is like an an expansion on the original short story by the author. But in the
That wasn't what I meant. What I meant was I don't think Geppetto was in the. I don't think what's his face, the frog was.
Jiminy
I
Cricket,
I didn't realize Jiminy was in the original story. I always thought he was like a Disney edition. Okay.
no,
So he really is a character from the original Pinocchio story where he gets killed by a hammer.
yes,
That's kind of
Pinocchio
fucked
throws
up.
the hammer at him.
That's kind of fucked up.
Oh, absolutely.
The Celestial Grammar Horn. In the quest to expand the Empire, the greatest scientific minds have devised the Celestial Grammar Horn. It'll blast out the national anthem to the farthest reaches of outer spaces. When the aliens hear such a wonderful stirring piece, they are sure to have no qualms about pledging their allegiance to our glorious Queen Victoria.
And Geppetto is. Let's see. Geppetto is in the original story. That is the name of Pinocchio's father. In the original story, Pinocchio ran out without clothes on, and the police assumed that Geppetto was abusing him, so they arrested him. And Pinocchio was like, "Well, I don't care." And then he meets the fox, and
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, Geppetto, Jiminy, they're both in the original story. But the stuff like Pleasure Island and Monstro and all that, that's expanded stuff that came as a later addition by the author.
Okay. There we go.
Oh god, I hate these puzzles.
Okay, that's not what I expected.
What they made it very clear that squids are aliens.
The squids are aliens?
Yeah.
I didn't expect actual aliens to show up, you know?
Yeah, the squids are aliens. They're brain stealers. That's what the turtle people said. Yeah,
No,
is
they
that
just said they stole their women.
they had a whole mural and stuff. Who was this?
What's the plot here? The moon will become part of the great colonial empire. Tourists will go on day trips, where they will be able to visit the countless gift shops and tea rooms. The more intrepid will be able to go on safaris to hunt the various vicious moon beasts that litter its cheesy surface. For a sneak preview, gaze in wonder at this accurate reconstruction of the lunar world.
Oh hey, there's a hole in the glass.
Yep.
I'm guessing you gotta like stand in the crater and then have Dan jump on it. Can you jump on his?
Oh,
Oh
is
shit!
he shooting at me?
Is he actually? Yes, he is. Can you get them to shoot? No, you can't get them to shoot each other.
Please, I'm just gonna get off. What am
Can
I?
you get them to shoot the rocket?
Hmm.
There is something on the rocket.
I need to get to the rocket, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, I knew it. I am the good at game. I didn't have to use cheats to figure that out. Oh wow, they just disappear.
Yeah. Their lives ended in miraculous violence.
The museum fired them.
Ow! I've been destroyed by my own evil ray
Time
gun.
machine piece.
Yep, that seems to be
Why
what
does
I'm.
time machine sound familiar? Like, did you mention something about? Was the time machine mentioned in this game earlier?
Yes, literally, that's the name of this level.
No, I'm talking about prior to this level.
Yes, literally.
Oh, it is the time machine
I'm.
from the time machine, like the actual novel.
No, it's different.
It looks
Kiff's
like it.
amazing confabulating chrono chair. The chrono chair prototype, patented by one Hamilton Kift, is a revolutionary machine that enables a person to part the veils of time and visit another past or future. Imagine all the undiscovered wonders of the world that the machine could show us if only it worked. The professor himself says, yes, it's unfortunate, it's true. Everything I've sent through time has always returned, only somewhat runnier than when it left. Runnier?
I think it might need like one. Oh, can you actually? Oh, you can select it.
Yeah. I think I'm missing a part, but I'm
Probably these
very
things
close.
usually do come in threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the time machine from the novel. Oh, what's in there? Oh, is that where the UFO was?
No. In the next few years, giant space beacons will orbit the Earth, ushering in a new and glorious age of radiophonic communication. The telephone and the wireless will be made obsolete by the introduction of small hats that beam the information directly to the brain.
Elon Musk wishes he was this creative.
I'm pretty sure he's already imagined something similar, but I wouldn't trust him.
Oh yeah, I don't either. He hasn't made a goddamn thing.
Down here.
All he does is buy patents and pass them off as his own.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people. A lot of rich businessmen. Correction.
Hmm. God. Did you know Edison hired goons to kidnap and kill the inventor of the motion picture camera?
I thought he invented that.
No, it was invented like 3 years before his came out. And the on so the guy who invented it, I want to say he was Italian. Um, let me double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis Le Prince was not Italian. No, he was French. Okay. So Louis Le Prince is the original inventor of the motion picture camera. However, like he had the patent in Europe, like all over Europe, but he still needed to patent it in America. So he was on his way to like the um to an
The,
expo or
to the
something.
American Patent Office.
Uh let me double check where he was on his way to show it off and get the patent proper in New York, I believe.
Hmm.
But on the train there, he and his patent went missing, and because due to the way the British patent protections work, nobody could actually look like he had the original uh he had the original machine back at his home in France. But due to the way the European patents worked, nobody could actually dissect it for uh, like 10 years,
Mm.
uh, until 10 years after his disappearance. But by then, Edison had already come out with his like 3 years after. So yeah, Edison either hired. I'm assuming hired since I don't think he'd be dumb enough to do it himself.
I'm imagining Edison with his stupid ass lion head showing up at this dude's house and just beating him
No, he
up.
was on the train.
Showing up at the train this dude is on and just beating him up.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Edison hired people to make him disappear so that he could get the patent himself and come up with it himself. Edison is an absolute monster.
Edison is very much an interesting figure of human
Oh,
history.
again, you've come a long
Yeah.
way. I'd
The only
stop to
Edison
help
I
you.
approve of is America the Motion Picture.
Ah, I remember that one. American Motion Picture has gotten a lot of talk on this channel.
It's great.
Oh, you know what I've been watching? Started watching last night. Oh, this night, actually.
What?
Quark and I started watching the amazing movie. God, what's it? Guns Akimbo, the new Daniel Radcliffe movie.
I'll have to look into that.
The premise is Daniel Radcliffe plays a man named Miles, who's basically what an out of touch person thinks a millennial is,
Oh god, that sounds amazing.
and he's a game
Does it have out of
developer.
touch does it have out of touch millennial slang?
No,
I,
not that I've noticed.
damn it, I want to hear Daniel Radcliffe use yeet in the incorrect context.
Well, the premise is that he's a How does one explain the plot of Guns Akimbo? Uh, long story short, Daniel Radcliffe is thrown into a fighting tournament where he has to survive with machine guns attached to his hand.
Oh my god, that sounds so stupid. I love it. Oh wait,
Yeah.
can you put your head in that? Oh.
I probably could have. I should have done that.
Yeah, there was a pressure plate in
Oh,
there.
wait,
Oh, hey, what's that?
I found the time stone. What?
Oh my god, somebody called Doctor Strange.
No, it seems I've betrayed the trust of the people who trusted me most.
Well, you went back in time, so they haven't met you yet.
No, I haven't managed to go back in time yet.
Well, you did. I thought you did.
No, I had the time machine, but I can only make it move through space.
Uh,
I haven't time traveled yet.
okay.
Oh, dang it. That menace, he's chained me with a spear. How do I get up here? Oh no, I'm cornered. I'm just bolt.
Keep running until you find it.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
there. Now you just gotta make sure you don't fall.
None of you can harm me. I'm the true Dan.
Yeah, pressure plate.
There we go.
That's convenient that it both lifts up the thing and opens that door.
Yeah, it's a multi-purpose item. Are
Pressure
these guys
plate.
just stunned? Hopefully they're
Oh, don't
actually...
forget to grab your head.
Yeah, it's in here.
No, it's a room, one room above.
Oh yeah. There we go. There's my head. Don't lose your head.
Real talk, I don't care much for Doctor Strange the movie, but I do like his What If episode.
Yeah, I get that.
It was a really good episode, even if it was extremely out of character for him. Is that?
That's the time machine.
Crafty Mullocks
Uh,
the time machine
no, I
on
was
the
talking about the
island.
glowy bit.
Only someone wearing the king's hat can summon that boat over there. See what you can do.
I have to find the king. Oh, he just said no. I was like, oh, come on, let me over. He's like, no,
But you
never.
gotta wear the king's hat. Oh, right, because the king wears a skull mask.
That's my skull mask, darn it.
It will be.
God. Okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna swap weapons and just go with the flaming crossbow. You can take my flaming crossbow the good old fashioned way.
Oh, it doesn't kill them.
It knocks him out, yeah.
Oh, there's the king. He is someone you'll have to kill.
He heals them, of course.
Blunderbuss?
Um, where's my lightning? Am I out of lightning permanently? Is that a big reveal?
I don't see lightning.
All right, time. Bring it on, Kingy.
Too bad there's not a lock-on system.
There kind of isn't. I got this. Boom. King Mullock's
Oh, yeah.
key. Boom.
Oh shit, he has so many guards. Guards for days.
Guards for days, but not blades for days. I got
Oh
those.
hey, that's a statue of your head.
Yeah, I'm aware that my head's a statue. Whoa, I see that. Yeah, wow. That's kind of cool.
So you were lying when you said you were aware.
I knew about the good statue outside.
Oh, you
I
found good
found good
lightning.
lightning.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Hmm.
So yesterday we were talking about something that I think we should definitely bring up.
Uh,
Um, the what was that game about the robot character thing?
Skylar and Plux.
Yes.
Yes.
You were talking about a serious issue with it.
I was talking about So this isn't really about Skylar and Plux specifically. It's about like game and character design in general. But it probably already has a name. But I've started to call it playfully the Sonic's ass conundrum because it comes off of Crash Bandicoot, one of the earliest 3D platformers. During development of Crash Bandicoot,
All right, Dan, you've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
yes, save. Hmm. So Crash Bandicoot during development, Naughty Dog realized it's kind of boring just looking at somebody's ass the entire time, and it really disconnects you from the character you're playing as. So during development, they did everything they essentially could to make Crash Bandicoot uh, not just show his ass to the camera. So they did stuff like really no lightning.
Did he ever? Oh, you have lightning.
Yeah, that's my good lightning. I'll take out the blunderbuss.
Yeah.
So the idea is that they gave Crash Bandicoot spots on his back. He would turn to the camera as often as possible. Just everything they could to distract from the idea that you're basically looking at his butt for an entire playthrough. And
Oh,
this
Jesus Christ.
this idea is notable because I've seen many like fan game designs where they don't even bother coming up with a unique design
The,
for the main character. They just don't.
yeah. The we were talking about how like uh Banjo has his backpack and Kazooie, Link has his hat and
Yeah,
his shield.
yeah. Basically, in game design, you want your protagonist to have a design that you can really see from behind, and that it's not just like you're looking at their butt all the time.
Yeah. And that was something that I never even considered when I was coming up with the
Yeah,
design for a thing.
I realized that when I was after I played Skylar and Plex, I was like, this character design is kind of bad, but what's wrong with it? And then I like play it for a bit, and I realized midway through that, oh god, she's almost dead.
Well, good thing you saved.
I guess I just wasn't doing enough damage with the blunderbuss, and so he got like a bunch of her HP away.
Probably. Ooh. Dan has a good design.
Yeah, Dan has a good design. He's got like a classic look going on. Oh dang it! Oh, it's a blue fire instead of red one. Okay, and it
Interesting.
just cuts back. Okay. Oh, I just go back and I just start the cycle over again. Okay. How
He's-
classy.
Oh, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
When you have free time travel, that kind of takes away any of the stakes
Yeah.
because you could just go back in time
And try it
and
again. Like as long as I'm
yeah.
not dead, I can easily just do this as much as I want.
I mean, eventually it'll wear out.
I mean, the time machine?
No, your body.
No, I'm a skeleton, so it won't.
Well, I mean, you still have health.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, eventually my health will run out. But like there's nothing to say that like my body will rot or anything.
Well, no, I was saying your body will give out
Oh, okay, yeah.
when you lose health.
He really just gets me on that right hook.
What if you use your good lightning?
Yeah, let me swap to that.
Are you charging it?
No, I'm not. I'm just avoiding him for now because I can't attack him. That's the thing. No, I can't use it. My good lightning's not working,
Okay.
and I've lost again.
Yeah. At least you know what weapon to use then.
Oh, good lightning's for her. Okay.
Oh, it heals her. Oh, yeah, because she's a Frankenstein.
Yeah, by taking away some of my HP instead. Okay.
You know what? Valid. That does make the fight a little more dynamic. Oh, jeez. You are almost dead.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to give her any more health.
I think we're good, yeah.
Oh. Was that not a scripted?
I think that's his last hit point.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it is
I gotta
scripted for...
survive for like one more round of this so he can use his last hit point.
Oh, God. I hope the end of the game isn't here.
My plan is literally if I to just there we go. Boom.
Mercy on
You
the
have...
right. Spare me.
I just like he just caps that son of a. He just caps him right in the face.
Oh, hey, a chalice.
Found Chalice of Souls. That's my reward apparently.
Oh, shit. Don't touch... Oh. Hey, maybe it'll heal you. Oh, shit.
I get pimpin' armor.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you got to say about all this, Professor? You're gonna apologize for making me do some time traveling? Let me just get my item first.
Yeah, and then health.
This, the magic sword. Twice the size and twice as powerful as all your other close-range weapons.
That's what she said.
Ah, beautiful. Look at this.
Oh,
Look,
Jesus Christ,
look
it's
at that
massive.
swing. Oh, okay. I'm gonna read the story. What is this mother effer have to look? You can see the photo of them together right there. Neat.
And who's that?
That's Palethorn, the main antagonist, and Professor Kift.
Hmm.
The Diary of Professor H. Kift, January 10th, 1878. This morning, an unexpected caller presented himself at my door. It was none other than Lord Palethorn. I hadn't seen him since his expulsion from the magic circle the previous month, and quite frankly, I had hoped never to see the fellow again. The embarrassing details of that incident I recounted in my journal for 1877. Far from being contrite or ashamed, he seemed rather bullish. For a man ostracated for abusing his wand, straight away he asked me to accompany him on a trip to the north. When I said I would do no such thing, he laughed and began to tell me of the unique opportunity he was offering. Very quickly he explained he had found the last resting place of certain pages of the Xerox spellbook. He even had a map, and this is where I came in. He needed a translator. For despite his outward manner, I fear he is not possessed of too great an education, and with my knowledge of ancient texts, I was just the man for him. This astounding news confounded me. He left, giving me until dawn to reach a decision. January 11th. You want me to continue? You want to read this bit? Or is
Nah,
or is it just too hard because you're dyslexia?
I do have dyslexia.
All right, I'll continue. I have thought long and hard about his proposition, and although I am unsure of the man, the chance to find the literary spellbook is too great an allure. I agree to the proposal. We set forth, a week today, traveling to the remote Hebrons. N.B. Remind cook to pack ointment. I find myself in the Bonnie Prince Charlie, a coastal inn some 80 miles west of Inverness. Tomorrow we set sail for the Hebrons. The weather forecast is bad, and I look from my window across the sea. A great foreboding steals up upon me, as real as the storm clouds themselves that at this very moment roll in from the east, blotting the stars from the sky. January 18th. I have set up camp for the night. It is a relief to be once again on dry land. The journey was bad, as if the ocean itself was trying to bar our progress. For a long while it was touch and go whether we would be drowned at sea or smashed upon the rocks themselves. If I weren't a man of science, I would have feared that something was trying to stop us from reaching our journey's end. Still, tomorrow we set out in search of the burial grounds shown on the map. January 20th. Now I have the map the right way up. The route is clear to me. We reached the tomb on the northern point of the island. He literally spent an entire day. He spent an entire day with the map the wrong side.
Jesus Christ.
We reached the tomb on the northern point of the island at midday. Tomorrow we enter, not knowing whether the greatest prize in history awaits us on the other side of the stony door. March 31st, 1878. Having problems adjusting to my new mechanical hands. Will recount my story later. April 1st, 1878. Hands fully functional. It is indeed fitting that today is All Fool's Day as I begin to recount the final stage of our ill-fated trip. My memories of the time are now thankfully vague, and I have difficulty separating the real from the imaginings of a fever-wrecked brain. We entered the tomb and discovered the spellbook, I am sure of that. Whoever sealed the book in this resting place must have meant for it to remain there for all eternity. For no sooner had Palethorn placed his hands upon it, the room began to collapse. The last thing I remember clearly is Palethorn pushing me aside as the great tomb door began to lower. I scrambled for the exit too late. The door sliding shut trapped me in the darkness, and my hands crushed beyond repair. The next 2 weeks are but a fevered dream. How long I crawled in the darkness or how I escaped I do not know. I am reliably informed I was spotted at the water's edge by local fishermen and transported back to Inverness to recover from my grievous injuries. Now safely back in London, I fear for the future. I can only wonder what Palethorn intends to do with the book. Only one thing is certain. When he does surface again, I will have my revenge. Signed, Professor Hamilton Gift.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be able to get dramatic.
The Lord dude in the picture, that's the guy that's got the scar on his eye?
Yep. Lord
Okay.
Palethorn, right there. He's the big red guy.
Oh, okay. He
Ah,
looks nothing like that.
That's because we haven't seen his human form.
Ah.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I have no HP for this. It's 6 HP. What am I gonna do with that? And I
Uh,
cannot go back to an old level and heal.
Make a break for the closest health fountain.
Okay, I'm gonna do the cutscenes first.
You found her then. Good. I knew she'd come to no harm.
Can you rotate your saves?
Rotate my saves.
Can you rotate your saves?
Why is this coming up?
Picking up a bizarre signal.
Well, I mean, if you rotated your saves, the health thing would be less of an issue.
Yes, cathedral spires. How did you know that? Come to think of it, where did you get that newfangled armor from? Looks to be made of the same material as your shield. Interesting. Should afford you much greater protection.
If I had known better, I would say that you time traveled.
To find that page of the spell book before Palethorn, or else all of London will be hit, and we've lost.
So now you have a time machine that is non-existent.
Oh, the time machine's just hanging out in a corner somewhere in Whitechapel, I think.
Yeah, but it never gets made.
No, it was already made.
Well, not made working,
Well, now it's working, so I guess.
but it won't be.
You're being tricky with your paradoxes.
Exactly.
But I have a solution to my lack of health problem.
Oh.
Triangle, circle, right, circle, triangle, circle, left, triangle, circle, down, circle, circle, right. Really? No. Hold down L2, triangle, circle, triangle, circle, circle, triangle, left, circle, up, down, right, circle, left, left, triangle, right, circle, left, left, triangle, circle, down, circle, circle, right. There we go.
Boo. Boo.
Only a little. Come on, this game's hard.
Boo.
You know, there's only 28 health fountains compared to the previous game's 30 plus. And in this case, they don't return. So I'm literally dealing with a finite
I
health
know.
pool.
No. It's fine. Just remember that you're not the good at game.
No, I am the good at game. You see this? You can't do this.
I mean, I could.
Yeah, can you walk slowly like this, seductive like?
Of course.
No, you can't.
Of course.
You're not doing it right now, so you clearly can't.
How do you know?
Well, I know you, and I know you're not doing this. So
No, I am. Alex, am I strutting about seductively? Am I strutting about seductively? See, Alex says sure.
sure is not an absolute. Sure is a
Are you calling my roommate and best friend Alex a liar?
Alex, are you a liar? Are you a dirty, scandalous cheat?
He says no.
Oh, darn it. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so I'm going to save progress. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to grab the chalice, and then I'm going to head back.
Alright, which you can do because you have time travel now.
Yep.
And also
Oh,
cheats.
all this is possible because of the powers of time travel.
And cheats.
Time travel exclusively.
And cheats.
Time travel. You see, my healing was time traveling.
Do you think the different crabs taste different? Like the different evolutionary crabs?
Maybe.
Because carcinization is a thing. All things lead to crabs.
Yeah, I guess they're armored. They got claws. There's benefits to being crabby.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
peak
dang it.
evolution. They're the only life form that is more evolved than another life form,
Really?
in my opinion.
In your opinion, huh?
Yeah. Everything else is just better adapted in relation to each other. Nothing is more evolved except for crabs. Crabs are more evolved.
What does Alex think?
Alex, do you think crabs are more evolved than anything else? He says probably. So, I've been playing Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Switch.
Neat.
I like it. It's fun.
Look how big my head is.
I have no comment. Sorry.
It's wide. It's a wide head. I'm just gonna head back down to 4. Where is that chalice?
Are you just gonna turn it on? You're already cheating. You might as well. You cheater.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. Just turn it on.
You know what movie is fantastic that I was thinking about earlier today?
What?
Airplane.
With a exclamation point?
I believe so. The old comedy movie.
Yes, the one with person.
Uh, I was thinking about it because one of my favorite jokes in it is the one where the guy keeps asking increasingly strange questions like, uh, "You ever been in a Chinese prison camp?" Like to a child.
Huh.
Uh,
There we go. Maybe it's
it
maybe if I complete the level that works. No. All I want is the gosh darn chalice. How do I get the chalice? Or maybe I need to get enough to do it? When it just comes to me? Can you just look up where the chalice is in the
the
sewers?
sewer chalice.
Yeah, sewer chalice. Or we're just gonna bum rush through and pick it up because I want to have all the chalices by the time of the final boss fight.
See, Medieval 2. The sewers. Uh, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, this doesn't say where the chalice is.
What? Oh, that's incredibly frustrating for many reasons.
Yeah. Where? Oh, wait. It's you know where the last woman was?
Yes.
In one of the, or no, not the last one. You remember the one room where it had the woman and also the hand? You could go into one of the holes that the tentacle came out of.
Oh, okay. As the hand?
Yes.
I tried that. Bet that hurts.
That you tried it and it didn't work?
You know. Oh well.
Well, that's what this walkthrough says.
All right. Well, we're gonna give it a go.
I'm assuming that's the last woman because you did kind of do them in a out of order because you missed that one.
I gotta do all the puzzles again. Seriously. This game is incredibly
Unfair.
way more difficult than it needs to be.
I kind of respect that.
Yeah. I mean, like, just the way it's designed. It definitely feels like somewhere along the line somebody realized, wait a minute, we left out the code for health fountains recharging. And then like somebody was like, ah, dang it. But by then all the copies had been printed.
You know what that reminds me of? Uh, there was this one puzzle game where if you did things in a specific order, it would become impossible. Because, like, so the premise was there's a treasure-filled mansion that's also full of traps.
Isn't it Castlevania?
No, it was it was a 2D like platformer for like the Commodore or something.
Hmm. Yeah, that does
So
sound like a Commodore game.
and so what happened was, uh, due to a glitch, a single line of code glitching, uh, if you like got a specific item, then that would cause, if you guys, whenever you get a specific item, that causes like the attic to spawn, that triggers the trap for the arrow. It's arrows
Mm.
in the attic, and like the thing is, one of the arrows immediately spawns right on like the entrance, like where you come from. So as soon as you enter it, you automatically die.
Oh shoot.
And it was entirely due to a glitch. Uh, but the developers didn't bother fixing it. They just put in like the manual that, oh, if you get this item, the attic fills with the toxic gas that'll kill you immediately. So be careful.
Oh, I've been looking for you. It may be time to see what the spin's got for you. You might find it extremely interesting.
I'm time traveling back to the bad history so that I can get things right again.
So what's the wanted poster do?
Oh, the poster isn't a wanted poster. What it is, it's a poster that reveals to me that's where the time machine is.
Ah,
There's no hand here. Dang it.
yeah. Only a woman that you saved.
Dang it. I saved a woman. Maybe I
That didn't.
am the true villain after all.
Maybe I don't want to be a villain anymore.
I'm not good, and I'm bad, and that's good.
Oh,
I
I was
don't need
quoting
to be
something
good.
else. I was quoting Megamind,
Oh, okay.
the much better story
I like Wreck-It
about.
Ralph.
I feel like Ralph Breaks the Internet kind of makes Wreck-It Ralph worse.
You know what? That's fair. I like to pretend that never happened, though, so maybe I'm the fool.
Like, it is impressive to have a movie so, like, a sequel so bad that it causes the previous ones to actively be worse. Because, like, the thing about Wreck-It Ralph, the thing about Ralph Breaks the Internet is it completely removes the stakes of the first movie.
Yeah,
And
it kind of hurts its own internal rules in a way that kind of makes you wonder, like, well, why didn't Ralph just not do a bad thing?
yeah, why didn't Ralph like
Maybe Ralph
so?
could have gone to live in a different video game. Maybe that was the solution.
Yeah, Ralph Ralph Breaks the Internet. It reveals that, oh, you can absolutely go turbo and still respawn if you put your own code in the game, which is what Turbo did.
Maybe that was going to be the big reveal for the next one. That they're going to build up that Turbo survived.
Not because when Penelope crossed the line, that reset everything to essentially factory settings
Hmm.
and erased Turbo.
There we go. Bust that open. Hey, get back here. I'm pretty sure I can recharge my shield, my golden armor later.
Your golden shield?
My golden armor. I'm pretty
Oh,
yeah, it gives that after a while.
that's not good.
Yeah, never
Although
mind.
you could probably just recharge it by fighting Jack the Ripper again.
No, I can probably buy it back from the spiv.
Maybe. Ah. God, I'm excited for the Pokemon remake.
I've heard it's. I haven't heard any good things about it yet.
I haven't heard anything about it. As long as they don't force me to Mega Evolve, I'll be fine. I hate scripted Mega Evolutions. I hate Mega Evolutions in general.
Yeah, I'm not fond of them myself.
I've only ever used one Mega Evolution in my life, and that was the scripted Mega Evolution of Rayquaza in the Delta episode of Omega Ruby.
There we go. Where's my body?
I don't know. Said go into one of the things that the. Let's see. Oh wait. Oh. Save the last woman. Use a hand to go into the middle hole and grab the Chalice of Souls.
Ah, the middle hole. Gotcha. I went to the right one, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Why am I here?"
No, you went in the wrong one.
Yeah. I tried to go into the middle one, but it wouldn't let me. So I was like, "Oh, let's." All right, I got the item.
All right, time to leave this timeline.
Yeah. Timeline secure. Timeline finished. Happiness
Yep.
is restored to the world.
Through the power of cheating,
Not cheating. Being good at games.
This will be
which
the
you are
weapon
not
of
the.
our dreams, Dan. The Gatling gun.
Oh yes.
Fuck yeah!
This is worth cheating for.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm
Oh,
always
you
a
hear
sucker
that
for a Gatling
music?
gun.
Oh.
God, it reminds me of Terminator. The music, I mean.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's
God,
beautiful.
it is just a straight up movie.
Oh yes. Oh, that's well worth it. Oh, we found her. Yes, yes, I've done this.
Medic!
Oh.
It costs $2 million to fire this for 12
Well, you seem to know more about
seconds.
this place than I do, so there's no point in briefing you, is there?
What? You're not even gonna tell me anything about this. Oh,
No, there's no point in briefing you, is there?
I don't know anything about it. Is it because I've been time traveling so much? You think I know everything?
Oh. How should I know?
Time travelers.
Oh man, I'm a big fan of that design. Looks like a bird. Oh hey, there was something flying on top of it.
It's just a gauntlet. It's showing me where I need to be. Oh,
Oh man, I love Gauntlet.
what do you
But
gotta
then you
say,
have your
Harry
minigun.
Partridge?
A number of souls. The cathedral seems to be drawing its demonic power from them. Free them, and we might stand a chance. If you see the spiv, you might want to charge up your super armor.
All
Oh,
right,
so yeah, you
Spivvy.
can.
Yep, I can charge up my super armor with the Spiv.
Oh hey, there's a ghost.
One collected, 11 remaining.
Oh god, that's terrible.
What's terrible?
12 collectibles.
Runestones.
Yeah, but those are spread out across multiple levels.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I think I might be able to finish this one tonight.
Yeah. It's amazing
Oh,
what you can do when you
hello.
cheat. Oh god.
Oh, that's satisfying. Oh, did you just pour
Oh.
liquid gold on me?
I think it's supposed to be molten lead.
All right, let me see if I can aim up. Seriously? Am I not able to fight that?
maybe you just gotta time it.
No, it waits until I'm there. Okay, so I guess I can't go that way.
You might want to cheat and give yourself some extra health.
I know, I'll do that later. I'll wait for my HP to get a bit lower and then I'll do it again. Like, I'm gonna cheat when I don't need to. Oh, there we go. I go around the back way.
Okay.
Hello,
Hey, this is
Spiv.
Spiv.
Oh, here we go. Maybe he charges at my armor and that'll let me get through.
Why did you enchant your sword? You're not even using the enchanted sword.
Give me a second. There we go.
I do not approve of that. Just give yourself health while you're at it.
It's capitalism. I'm just giving myself capitalism, you know? I'm doing nothing that Jeff Bezos isn't already doing for himself. Giving himself more money.
Come all you saints of stone, all you guardians and gargoyles, raise the fire in the night.
Oh, that's what I
Raise
gotta
the
do.
fire now and light these vats of lead, steaming boil streams of lead,
What are you
burning
singing?
lead, and let the flames grow higher.
What are you singing?
O saints and monsters, show your power. Help me in
No, I
help me
legitimately
in
want
this
to know what this
raging
is. What is this?
shower, raining fire on the stones below.
What are you
Hunchback of
singing?
Notre. It's from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the song that Quasimodo sings when he sets fire to the streets below when he pours
Oh,
molten
okay.
lead.
I thought you were singing another song from your other favorite musical.
Cat?
The other one. Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, I mean, it is a musical about a disfigured French person that only wants to be that only wants to get the girl.
That's fair.
Except he goes about it in the incel fashion,
Mm.
unlike Quasimodo. God, I love the Hunchback play more than the uh,
The Disney movie?
more than the movie. I mean, it's still like the play is still Disney.
That's fair.
It's just more accurate to the book.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I kill this thing?
Probably not.
Oh, dang it.
Um.
Dang it. No, no, no.
ah,
I'm basically just climbing up a lava tower. That boils my britches.
Yeah, I'm not surprised considering boiling lead is being dropped on you. But that's rough. The play is fantastic. The there's no gargoyles in the play, but there are the saints. They do not do comedic relief. However, oh no, I guess they do some comedic relief, but not to the extent as
Darn it.
the gargoyles from the Disney movie.
Okay.
They're there to, and definitely like, there's no ambiguity about it. They are definitely part of Quasimodo's mind. Like they serve as his conscience and inner thoughts,
Okay.
and they're completely inanimate whenever someone else is
No, dang it.
talking to him.
The timing on that is weird for like the
Why don't you
fire.
get your Why don't you get your shield and try to shield it?
No, it pushes me back.
Mm.
Maybe I just gotta show some patience. Nope. They really mess with the timing just to fuck with you.
Can you get between the two flames?
No, I tried.
Oh wow, you juked it.
I really do. Oh, dang it,
Oh,
Div.
you might as well repair your shield. Uh,
There's somebody out there who's saying like this invalidates all your strategy, all your speedrun strats. This invalidates everything, and I'm sitting here like, look, man,
yes, and
I
her
just want to
name is Rogue.
I want to play the game. I don't care. You cheated too.
I haven't cheated.
You've cheated tons. Banjo Kazooie
I didn't cheat in Banjo Kazooie.
cheated.
Nope.
You used cheat codes.
Nope. There's if I did cheat codes, you would know because it's so actually I couldn't even cheat if I wanted to due to the way the sensitivity was. Like you remember how difficult it was to aim the eggs with my controller?
You gave yourself infinite eggs.
Nope.
I remember you gave yourself cheat codes.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I did actually. But
Yeah.
those were the in-game. Yeah, no. Those were the in-game like those weren't exactly cheats.
No,
They were
this is clearly in-game cheat codes. So
actually I didn't give myself an unlimited egg.
no,
Did I?
you did.
Did I use it though?
Yes, you did plenty.
I don't remember.
I mean, it's an infinite eggs, so literally you couldn't not use it because you eggs.
I don't think I actually did use infinite eggs.
Uh,
I know what it was. The only the only stop and swap reward that I used the only stop and swap code that I used was the half damage, I believe.
probably.
But that's a reward, not a cheat code.
No, I'm pretty sure
Like
you used a cheat code as well.
nope. I didn't use anything outside of the only codes I used were for the stop and swap stuff. Wait, can you hang on the ledge?
No.
Nice. Now just don't fall. Use your Catlin.
Yeah, that does make me feel powerful. I'm gonna be honest.
I like the vats. They're cute.
Mm.
Oh, camera.
Thank goodness for PS
I
Jank.
hate this one. God, that's only the second one?
Yeah, it's the second one I can run into. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. Hopefully they're more frequent.
Ah, I knew it was a trap.
It's a trap. Oh, it's these guys.
It's a trap for you.
I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me.
me.
Oh, dang it.
Oh shit, you ran out.
Oh, don't worry. I can just...
You should go back to the spiv and get some more.
Nah, I'm gonna see if I can find him around here. I don't care. I just have I have my magic sword. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
I
It's a
swear, I
trap.
swear she's singing "Fly Me to the Moon." You know, fly
Fly
me
to
to
the
the
moon.
moon, let me
Let me
play
play
amongst the
among the stars.
stars. It's
Let me know what spring is like
like
on
on
Jupiter
Jupiter and
and
Mars.
Mars.
In
God,
other words, hold my hand.
I love Fly Me to the Moon. You know, you want to know the first time I heard that song?
Bayonetta.
Yep.
You know what?
But
Baron, it's the first. It's the one I think about whenever I think of "Fly Me to the Moon." You know, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
I heard it elsewhere. But the thing is, like,
Neon Genesis apparently has it. I
I
think
know Neon Genesis has it. Everybody knows Neon Genesis has it.
I
Oh,
haven't seen Neon Genesis.
you know, also has it.
What?
Squid Game.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's fair. Squid Game's pretty decent.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've also heard a lot of people claiming that it's what life would be like under socialism, even though it
Oh
is
my god,
explicitly
very
stated to
wrong.
be capitalism.
People who say that are cowards who clearly don't understand what they're talking about and are just passing off
Absolutely.
anything scary as the opposition because it's like, oh,
It's modern day McCarthyism. Oh, hey, the Spiv.
yeah, there we go.
Gatlin.
There's my Gatlin. Oh, 99
Jesus Christ,
rounds.
it's so expensive.
It is so expensive, but it's worth it.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna wreck the final boss with this baby.
If you have enough ammo by the end.
I'm gonna enter that final boss fight. And I'm gonna unload however many rounds it takes to destroy his spinal column.
Remember, it takes $2 million to fire it for 12 seconds.
That's fair. I'm probably actually not spending that much, so who knows?
Hello
Ah,
there.
no!
Aw.
Okay, I should.
Use your Gatlin on it.
I don't think I'm high enough.
Well, no, look, you see, you killed something. Isn't that what that green
No,
means?
that green is my auto aim.
Oh. God, I really, really wish we could. I could try seeing if I can play Bayonetta on stream. Like, it didn't work for yours, but we could see how well it runs on mine.
That's fair.
That is such a good series.
I do love me some Bayonetta.
We'll check after Gauntlet.
What?
What?
You saw that? I didn't fall.
Absolutely. You heard me say what? If you fell, you would have taken damage. Oh, hey, I didn't even know there was one of those. There was a vat up here.
Cathedral Spires: The Descent.
God, that sounds like a game.
All right, Dan, you've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
All right, time to say no, 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 no. Oh well.
Can you exit?
No. I'm just gonna go. Shoot. Oh, the descent was me falling like 50 feet. That's fair. I think these guys
Oh
are
God,
blocking my
they're
bullets.
blocking. They're Jedi.
Eat magic sword. You
I mean,
skeletal menaces.
that's pretty much the only way to kill a Jedi. In an
You know,
epic like
I
cinematic battle.
wait the day a. You know, I can't say that. I was gonna say I wait the day a good Star Wars show comes out, and I'm like, wait a minute, Mandalorian's already a thing.
Oh yeah, is Book of Boba Fett out yet?
No, it comes out December.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm excited for that, but
Me too. I love Boba Fett.
oh dang it.
I like that neither Luke nor Mando like know about the history the Jedi and the Mandalorians have when they met.
What is going on here?
Get it? You should have hit the lever again.
No, I'm stuck. I'm in
What do you mean
blocking mode. I'm blocking.
Well,
Let me leave. Let me see if that helps.
unequip your shield.
No, I'm still in defensive mode. Doesn't matter. Even if I have no shield, I'm still defending.
Well, you have to figure out how to kill them. Switch to your Gatlin?
Oh shoot!
Shit, they have lasers?
I can't even pause.
What? Unplug your controller and plug it back in real quick.
Okay. Let me figure out which port that is.
Port 1.
Oh, there we are. Is that it? No, no, no. Let me try this.
Oh,
No, that is not working. Hmm. Should we just restart?
you didn't save.
It'll be fine.
Let's just call it a night and do the final area next
Yeah,
week.
sure. How long have we been streaming? Like an hour?
Almost 2.
Almost two. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Fair
been an
enough.
hour and 50 minutes.
Well, thank you everybody for coming to watch this stream.
Yeah.
Dan and his group of fans would like to thank all of you for the excitement you have shared with us today. And
Yeah. Check out some of the other videos, like Gauntlet, which also ended with technical difficulties.
that is a crash. Yay!
Yeah.
Well, good night, everybody.
Well,
Good night.
leave in the comments. Leave in the comments. What your favorite bit of Star Wars trivia is, and check out some of the other videos like Gauntlet or Four Swords Adventures or either of the Dungeons Dragons campaigns, World of Tapir or Realm of Zulu.
Ubu.
Yep. Now with that out of the way, there's nothing left to say but good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.